The cruise line's back, baby. Yes, indeed. The cruise line's back in business. It's a time to load the boat, load the cruise ship with all the money in the world, or are we just digging a hole deeper and deeper and deeper into the abyss? Well, yes, here we are at Financial Guru, where you will learn how cruise ships have sunk to the bottom of the sea and come back up and rise again. Yes, CCL and Royal Caribbean RCL are both long way. Well, actually, Royal Caribbean's not far away from where it's been, but Carnival Cruise Line is still a good $40 away from where it needs to be to get back to where it used to be. So, what if you were a long-term investor in CCL? What is happening there? Are you making money, or are you walking away broke as hell? Yes, well, this is what you need to understand. If you've been in this company for a long time and you had it at $50 and it's kept on dropping, if you keep buying, well, you would just get your price to go down, and you might still be above your cost average at the moment because you had it so high up. But don't be feared, just keep on buying it. Obviously, for CCL and Royal Caribbean, for both of them to really start growing, they need to bring back the dividend, baby. But that is not going to happen probably for another good year or so, probably, I'd say. Why I say that? Because they got to get themselves back to real, proper profitability, which has been a struggle since the Rona. But if CCL this really starts getting up, then maybe a dividend will come back. So I don't think you'll see a big rise in the next year or so. So I think you can keep on buying. It might drop again. If it drops again, really put a bit more in there. I see CCL easily going back up eventually. Probably I thought it was going to go up quicker than it was expected. But when you have big debt, it can take a long time to pay it off. These companies always had big debt. It's just a part of their business. But yes, to really see it thrive again, I think you won't see it thrive fully again until the dividend returns. Now, will it return? And that is the biggest question. If it doesn't return, then I think you're just going to see mediocre results from here. Maybe double. You can maybe double your money if there's no dividend from here. And that will be because they got back to more profitability. And then they'll stagnate, and then they're probably forced to come back with a dividend. I think that's going to be the case going forward. So assuming there will be a dividend, it's up to you. Now, it's clear, no financial advice here, but there's quite a few stocks in the same dilemma. Do you think they'll eventually come back and buy the dividend? Do you want to be waiting around 2 years when your money going sideways or downwards before it goes up again? That's the big question on how much of the portfolio too do you put in a stock like this that is probably not going to go anywhere for next year until we really see proper. I mean, it can go up. We've already seen it go up a bit, but the real gigantic growth, they're gonna need big profits to come out for them to really go flying. But and also something to talk about here with Royal Caribbean and Carnival Cruise Lines over the life cycle. Royal Caribbean has always been at a higher metric, and it seems to be more popular than Carnival Cruise Lines. And it's probably because just there's less stock involved with the Royal Caribbean, and just always seems to be a bit more growth in Royal Caribbean, even though there's similar companies. Carnival Cruises being very, very big. So obviously the main thing is the dividend, but growth as well. Can they get nice profitability quarter after quarter after quarter? That's what they're needing. I think we're slowly starting to see that is happening. A lot of people are scared, and you've got to be about the demographic of cruise ships too. It's mostly 80% retired. Just get that through. 80% is retirees. We do have markets of the people, the younger ones that do the party ships and all that. So there is that scene going on, but the actual proper big cruise ships are mainly for the elderly. There is other ones family oriented and all that, but just the number of people that can afford it, even though it's not actually that expensive to go on a cruise. But if you want the real luscious cruise, then it really gets, you're looking at very only limited amount of people that can afford to do it regularly. So yes, entertainment. I'll tell you what, if you want to go on a cruise ship, it depends on what you want. You can have the dancing, but you can also have scavenger hunts. You can play bingo. You can go casino, all that. Drink as much as you like. If that's your deal, that's where you go. And obviously, stopping at places and traveling for the day and coming back, all exciting stuff. So I do recommend you do a cruise line, but I tell you what, it's not good on the tummy, especially if you're not that good at sea. So make sure you have your seasickness pills and all that as you go on board if you are that way inclined. Trust me, from experience, you do not want to go the other way. But back to CCL and Royal Caribbean, RCL, buy. Yes, not financial advice, but buy would be a very, I think your best buy was earlier, clearly. And full disclosure, I'm not an owner of either of these stocks. I used to be in CCL and took a profit. People say, no, you took a sold. I just went here and go, this stock's not going anywhere for me. This is before the dividend and all got cut. I was like, is this really growing? So I got out of CCL. I really wanted to get back in. I thought about it. I just never pulled the trigger. And in a way, I wish I did come in. But I went in the Meta, to be honest. I went through the Meta platforms and they just done me beautiful as well. But it's still bargain. CCL and Royal Caribbean are still not sure so much about Royal Caribbean, but they're always at a higher premium anyway. So you got to understand that. CCL is always lower. With those two, it's always just the way it's been. So you often see more gains in Royal Caribbean, so that's why a lot of people go in that. So that's an opportunity. But CCL is a cheaper price for a lot of people, so that's why they go into that. But this is, well, I don't know if this is the way, but CCL is more like an Apple sort of thing, nice and steady, off you go sort of thing. In terms of the cruise ship, where RCL is more like a Tesla that goes up, boop, up, there. But more volatility in that one. Where Carnival Cruise Line's a bit more smooth sailing for you. So it depends on where you want to go. But yeah, but generally, Royal Caribbean over the last long time has made you a lot more money. So that's just a question of which way you want to go with your offers. But anyway, that's a little bit about CCL and RCL. I hope you got a bit out of this video. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and I will return with another video shortly.